Let's talk about what is changing, especially on the exam questions type. As you know, the current version of the Project Management Professional PMP certification exam will close on December 31st. And the new version will launch on January 2nd, 2021. Let's review what is changing with the exam questions. First of all, the new exam is only 180 questions. Remember, the previous exam was 200 questions, quite a long time. But the same number of questions will be scored. It means when you have the 200 questions, only 25 of the out of 200, it was pre-course questions, pre-exam questions, kind of. They were not weighted, they were not graded. But in the new exam, you will still have the 175 questions graded and only 5 questions not graded. In total, you will have 230 minutes, but this will have 2 10-minute breaks. It means you will have only 2 hours 30 minutes, which is equivalent to 3.5 hours. Okay. And also the questions will not be just multiple choice questions. It will be combination of multiple choice, multiple responses, matching, drag and drop, and hotspot, and limited fill in the blank questions. So what we are talking, this, a standard type is the multiple choice. You have 4 options and you choose the best answer out of these 4 questions. You will still have this type of questions, but not the 170 or 180 of them. Let me summarize. A standard type of multiple response, or sometimes they call multiple answer questions, looks like multiple choice questions, except that the student can choose more than one answer. It means, probably it will be a radial button, and not only one can be chosen, you will have options to choose more than one to right answers. It may ask you what are the initiation process. You will say, identify the stakeholder, identify the requirements. See, and you will have the explanation about, expected, find the first 3 or the 5 out of 6 options, kind of. Multiple answer questions are often used to elicit from the student all the items that match a particular definition or that conform to a particular condition. Remember, there are a couple of outputs of there is, certain inputs. This time they will ask you that which ones are the outputs, and you will have options. You will say the update the project plan, update the lesson learned log, update the risk register, for instance. With these 3 options will be correct. But let's look at the examples of the drag and drop questions. Drag and drop questions, also called matching questions, has a set of 2 or more possible answers that you drag to response targets. The target might be a block, a table, or another location on the screen. As you can see here, is the yellow area is the free, which you will take the processes from the right-hand side, left-hand side, and move to within the yellow matching. What it means when we look at it here, identify stakeholders. During which process group you identify the stakeholders? During initiation. That's why the identify stakeholders move to the initiation. And when you do the plan engagement, during planning. When you do the monitor engagement, during monitoring. See, a drag and drop questions will have the instruction on how to answer it, first of all. These are just examples. It may not be yellow on that point. It may tell you to choose only certain types of answer for the target, to use one answer for multiple targets, to drag multiple answers to the same target, or to arrange your answers in a specific order. The instructions are most of the time will be at the top of the question. When a target can accept only one answer and you drop a second one into the second answer replaces the first one. That's why it is very important. But when you attend our courses, scheduled classes, we will go through all these answers and you will be provided with a bunch of examples. Let's look at the hotspot questions. This is interesting part. It is good. It is more visual. With hotspot questions, students are presented with an image and select a particular areas as the answer. It is mostly used on the medical exams that, is the anatomy. When they show you the body and they ask you to locate parts of the body, kind of. But on PMI, I don't think that you will get any question related to human bodies or any other bodies, but you will see this kind of graphs. You see, and here, based on the input to situation given it to you, you will choose where will be that point in the graph. That's why you will choose either A or B, C or D. If this is 60% is completed, the answer is the C. This is another type of hotspot question. As you can see, is here the table is given. And they give you the scenario. They ask you, which line you will, as a project manager, you will be updating. And you will identify the line on the box here saying the line 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, whatever the question. Because the purpose behind using hotspot questions is ensuring that students, you can correctly identify key components visually and not just in theory. It is quite challenging, but also it is kind of much simpler if you have the knowledge, experience with these processes and everything is identified in the PMP exam content outline. It will be easy to answer those questions. Good luck.